LMAO, you're not looking very hard for good games. Sounds like a you problem. Brain dead take. Stop playing Call of Duty, FIFA, Fortnite, etc. and try new things. Try non-AAA games. Try non-popular games. Try game genres you've never tried before. And also try older games. We are literally at the peak of gaming right now, and you guys choose to play dog shit games. Then complain that gaming is dead. Skill issue, play better games. Honestly, you look too young to be talking about games bad, I don't like it. Guys, that was not the point. So recently I made a video about why I don't play video games anymore, and people only listened to the first part of it and completely ignored what I said after the hot take, which I only included in the video to get clicks. The point of that video was not that all games are terrible, all games are unplayable, and I can't find a good game. As I mentioned in the comments under that video, the last two games that I played were RimWorld and Stalker Gamma. If I open any one of these two games, I will disappear for months. I love these games. That was not the point of that video. The point of that video was that it would be stupid of me to do so. Because even if you look at what the commenters said, that we are at the peak of gaming right now, there are a lot of indie games to play. But those games will also improve over time. Like let's take Stalker Gamma and RimWorld. They will definitely improve over time. RimWorld is constantly improving. There will be new DLCs, new mods, new optimizations. And Stalker Gamma is constantly improving too. You can argue that we are at the peak of gaming right now, but the games that come out today will not just disappear tomorrow. They will still be there in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. And what I'm saying is, if I disappear for months to play RimWorld today, it will directly influence my quality of life. It will directly make my life worse. Now, if instead I spend this time developing my business, making money, and achieving both time and financial freedom, then disappearing for 1 month to play RimWorld will stop being a problem. And I'll just be able to sit down, relax, and play for as long as I want. But for that, I need to work first. The point of that video was that it would be stupid of me to spend time on playing games, when I should focus on other things that will also improve my gaming experience if I decide to have it. Most young men don't have a lot of options of what to do besides playing games. And if they did have those options, it would be a completely different story. Let's say you have an option to stay at home and play video games, or you have an option to travel to some country. Like, obviously most people will choose to travel. That's what I'm talking about. Before playing video games, you need to get options. You need to improve your life. You need to earn money. You need to put all your focus into achieving freedom, because it's more important than playing video games. And that is exactly what I said in that video. Now, what I also said, and that is also very, very true, is that playing video games directly takes away your time that you could spend on something else. Specifically on all these things that I just listed. So again, in very simple terms, in very simple sentences for people who don't understand, playing games is a distraction. It distracts you from your goals. It distracts you from working. It distracts you from improving your life. It distracts you from achieving freedom. That's why I don't play anymore, not because I can't find games that I enjoy. Now, when I will be like 80 years old and I have all the time and freedom and money that I can have, and I achieved all my goals, and I have like nothing to do anymore, then I will probably play games, watch TV shows and whatever, lie on my couch all the time and enjoy life. But just because at that point I would have already experienced everything that life could offer, or I would just be too old to experience that. Now, another point that I made in that video was that games will improve over time, and I want to emphasize this because imagine games from 30 years ago. They were not as good as modern games. I mean, objectively, they were much simpler. And so games 30 years from now will also change dramatically. It doesn't mean that they will change as much as they changed before, but they will definitely improve, and improve in a massive way. And also, on top of that, the games of today will not disappear. They will still be out there, they will still be playable, and most likely they will accumulate a lot of mods and other community-made things. So that is only better to play games later, because you will have better games, you will have better hardware. Your basic PC, then probably your basic phone, 30 years from now, will be able to run any today's game. You won't even have to think about optimization, performance, and all this bullshit that you have to consider now. I also want to address the concern that a lot of people have about not being able to enjoy games when they're older. So like older people, like 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, they say they can't enjoy games anymore. And I think I know why. You know why? Because instead of developing themselves when they were younger, instead of finding a better way to make money, they focused on playing video games. And at some point, they ended up having to go to work. And work destroys all enthusiasm that you have for life in every area of it. After 30, 40, 50 years of work, you don't want to do anything. That is a common thing for all old people. And that doesn't just affect video games, that affects everything. When I was working myself, I didn't want to do anything after work. The only thing I could tolerate doing is mindlessly watching some content on YouTube, eating, and then going to sleep. That's the life of a person who spent his best years distracted instead of trying to find a way to live life how he actually wants to live it. And one of these distractions are video games. This video is coming to an end, and the last thing I want to do in it is to invite you to my Kazakh host on Discord. This is the place where people like you and me can find like-minded people who also want to find ways to live their life how they want to live, instead of being constantly distracted and wasting their life. If that is something you're interested in, link is in the description. And I see you in my next video.
Mwah.